More positive news for the get out and spend stocks. That's our topic of discussion today. My name is Kurt Mueller. Welcome in. We'll dive right in as always. So this week, most of the attention has been focused on Federal Chairman Powell's testimony with Congress and the sudden spike in 10-year yields. But there is some positive silver lining that we can talk about this week. And there's been really three pieces of important news that indicate we are seeing the global economy start to reopen. We're going to run through those. Number one, it's pretty clear the world is starting to reopen. That's the first thing we're going to dive into. Monday, the British Prime Minister announced that unveiled a reopening plan for the English economy. And bottom line is this, that the UK government, or Parliament as they're known, believes that they're going to have a full economic recovery by the end of June. And I think that's important relative to the United States because the UK, as far as Western nations are concerned, the UK was extremely strict. In fact, more stricter than the most strict US state in terms of their economic lockdowns in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. And so I think it's reasonable to expect that we could see the US back to a full economic normal by mid to late May. So that's some positive news there. Number two, the vaccination wave is building. So Johnson & Johnson, we've talked about them on several occasions here on my videos. Johnson & Johnson has had some positive commentary from the FDA in regards to their single dose vaccination. And so all signs point to a FDA approval that is imminent. So that's coming down the pipe, and the pace of the vaccinations as a country has really accelerated, even with the Texas snow and ice storm that did put somewhat of a halt in terms of the national vaccination trend. But all things being equal, the pace of vaccination is accelerated in this country. And lastly, number three, states are starting to ease up on their restrictions. Most notably this week, we heard from the governor of Nevada, and as part of that speech, he made it clear that the casino capacity would be increased from 35% to 50%. And of course, the gaming industry loved that news. But again, Nevada has been one of those states that has been very strict with their lockdowns. And so seeing them starting to ease up points to the fact that we should expect return to economic normal by the end of, or rather mid to late May. So what are the get out and spend stocks? Let's talk about those real quick. Those would be the leisure stocks. Those would be things like hotels, airlines, cruises, etc. Things that people spend money on in terms of vacation or just to get away and relax for a bit. So that's what we're talking about when we talk about the get out and spend stocks. So positive news here for sure. Of course, today's action in the market, we have seen a lot of volatility with the 10-year Treasury yield continuing to spike. But again, cautious optimism is what I would suggest, and simply controlling what you can control within your own financial plan and your own wealth building picture. As always, if you have questions, comments, drop them below. Appreciate you watching, and keep doing great things. Keep dominating. Take care.